Thank you. I'm writing a book about my life, and it's called By Accident. And I am finding that it reads a lot, unfortunately, like the Keystone Cops. A friend who has been with me the last 40 years in a lot of these adventures and misadventures thinks I should call it my mental illness. Nothing has been planned. My mother was a Salvation Army missionary, and she traveled by dog sled in the 30s, converting Eskimo people, and I have her genes. People ask why I don't stay home and try to live normally, but I have those genes and I can't help myself. At an impressionable age, I read Gandhi's statement that one person can never ever do enough, but it's important to do something. It fit with those genes and with my astrological sign of Taurus the bull. Probably my most transforming moments came with the beginning of the St. Paul Singers, a folk rock group that began at a Catholic Mass and continued into concerts and tours and bars around the state, developing into, unfortunately, the St. Paul Sinners. I was the director. We began with good Catholic suburban housewives, adding Coast Guard commanders and a ridiculous variety of people, this was in the 60s, of all ages, colors, religions and non-religions, upper middle class professionals, hippies that lived in a truck, a Hells Angel, and a member of the Ku Klux Klan. At the beginning, commanders would call in midweek to say that they really liked rehearsal, but there was no way they could appear on stage with the hippies and some of the others. The hippies complained about appearing with people in military uniforms. They learned to live with each other by making fun of each other, and many of them became a family. I believe it was because they spent so much time singing and harmonizing together. In 1981, before the 7th and last vote to move the capital from Juneau, we added other singers and performed in Anchorage and Fairbanks. Our first concert in Fairbanks began at the Fairbanks Electrical Workers Union at 9 a.m., where all workers would be there hoping for jobs. Some hadn't worked for 6 months, and all wore big capital move buttons, as building a new city meant work. No one wanted to listen to a group of Juneauites playing their banjos and guitars. These men felt like they were spoiling for a fight. Testosterone was flying everywhere. More than a few of our singers thought we should get out of there. We sang for 25 minutes, tiny bits of talk in between songs. Then we couldn't leave because most of those men were hugging us. I watched some of them take off their big Move the Capitol buttons and put ours on. Music had moved them 180 degrees in 25 minutes, and it cut through everything. We hadn't presented facts, we changed hearts. It was the first time I realized the power that music can hold. I would like, first of all, to thank my mother, who stood over me with a ruler for 10 years, forcing my daily 15-minute piano practice, and Carol Berry Davis, my long-suffering piano teacher, who yelled at me every week because instead of practicing my assignments, I made up music to get back at my mother. Their perseverance was remarkable. Without them, my life, which has been mostly centered around music and its power to affect change, would not have happened. I want to thank Linda Buckley for catalyzing so many of my adventures and misadventures. I think that without her, I would have missed many of them. Also, Nancy Simpson and Diane Mayer, who have been true friends, giving continual and much needed support through the years. To Carlene Grummett, who was responsible for recommending me for this award and who for most of my life has been my sister. Also to Joan Glenn, who has unendingly, for almost 50 years, supported and housed me and my friends and acquaintances in a variety of conditions. And for Mary Abo and Marjorie Shackelford, who surprised me today, who we went to grade school with, and they have been a continual support forever. Most of all to my children, Jaylene and Janet, for putting up with all the outrageous situations that happened during their childhood. I'm also very grateful to this land, the mountains, trees, water that have inspired, challenged, and nourished me all my life. Their great energy permeates all of us, and we are so fortunate to be able to live here. May we remember to live in ways that honor these gifts. Thank you.